What it is, we live and direct in Long Beach, California. We got Rick Ross right now on stage. You know what I'm saying? We getting it in. This is how we doing it. We living that boss life. If you ain't backstage at a Rick Ross show, then you ain't getting money. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your money up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we about to get it in right now. Got a special guest coming to the stage. You know what I mean? However you want to call it. Coming to the nice balcony out here in Long Beach. But we got Starz from the Bay Area. She about to come through, tell you a little bit about herself, tell you about what she got going on. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep it right here, locked in to the Underground Spotlight. Live and direct. It's the undergroundspotlight.com. You know what it is. It's your boy Advice. I'm joined now from a Bay Area representative. Won't you introduce yourself to the people?
What's up, everybody? My name is Starz. You know, you see it. Watch this. You feel me? Team Swag in the building. And from the Bay to LA, we getting down. Let's do it.
That's what it is. All right, so last night you performed at the Coast to Coast Mag Industry Mixer. You know what I mean? How was that?
I mean, honestly, that was my biggest show thus far as, you know, audience crowd and then the caliber of, you know, the people who were in the audience. So it was a really big event for me to see if I could get the same love that they showed me back home. So it was dope.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, it was a good time in there. I thought that they did a good job promoting it. A lot of people came out. A lot of people showed you a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have coming up after this? Now, you got any more shows lined up down here? Are you going back to the Bay? What's going on?
I mean, at this point, we actually extended our stages because there are opportunities for me to come out, you know what I mean, and events for me to go to that it would be good just to network and be seen at, especially after being an event, you know, this magnitude. So, we don't have a for sure, you know what I mean, what's next step plan, but we definitely have keys, you know what I mean, that we want to accomplish, you know what I mean. We're putting together a list of, you know, how to accomplish what we need to get done. So, you know, it's a process, but it's coming along.
All right. When you first, you know, got here, right before we did the interview, you went ahead and slid me your CD. So, won't you talk about that? What's the name of it? Did you just release it right now, or?
Okay. This is my second project. My first project was a joint project with somebody who I'm no longer working with, and so I felt like this project was a better representation of me and who I am as an artist, you know, and that the audience could get a better feel of who I am and, you know what I mean, how I'm trying to come. You know what I mean? Like, just a better view of who I am versus, you know what I mean, me sharing the spotlight, you know. So so I think it's my second project, but it feels like my first just because I feel like I've grown as an artist, you know what I mean, talent-wise and vocally, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of, you know, the first step that I want to lead with, you know, so it's exciting. It's been a long time coming. I've actually been working on this project for a year now as far as, you know, writing goes and just the process of getting studio time, you know what I mean, and just kind of tying up the loose ends. So it feels good to get it off my chest, you know.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I can definitely understand the hard work it takes to really put out a project. You know what I'm saying? Being an artist myself, I'm going through the same thing right now. It takes some time to really put everything together. And every time you put out a project, you want to make sure you do it better than the last time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, all right, we talked about the music. I mean, do you do anything outside of music? Because, I mean, in this business, I mean, like myself, I do videography, photography, you know what I'm saying? It allows you to network with other people. Do you do anything like, you know what I'm saying, do you produce?
Actually, I rap, write, and produce. So on the project that you hear, you know what I mean, hopefully you guys get a chance to go cop that. Sky's the Limit, Proper Introduction. Please go check that out because it's definitely worth your time. But I actually, it's 8 songs on it with an additional bonus song. And out of those 8, 4 I actually produce myself.
Okay.
I write my own music, and not only do I produce hip hop and write for hip hop, I also write R&B as well. So I feel like once I have a chance to kind of gain some traction as far as me as an artist, and then start to see the different facets of what I could do and how I could take it. So.
All right. All right, that's dope that you're a songwriter as well. I don't know if you may have heard of an event called Pinup. It's held in Hollywood. It's once a month. And they give out a lot of good information. And Sean Beasley, you owe me for that one. You know what I mean? But my people, they put it on once a month. It's at the Musicians Institute. It's been there. And it's basically an event for songwriters to come out, network, and they also offer publishing deals and things of that nature. So I mean, it's definitely something you might want to check out. You being a songwriter, and another thing you might want to check out because LA is pretty much your backyard. I mean, you from the Bay, you can get down here at any time. There's the Western Awareness Conference. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Yay area stay connected with LA all the time. But yeah, we got the Western Awareness Conference coming up September 8th, so you might want to definitely look into that. You know what I'm saying? Do you go to any events up in the Bay? Like, do you have like songwriter events or like conferences that you check out?
I actually had a job that was very demanding, you know what I mean, as far as time goes, so I wasn't able to get out to a lot of the events that I wanted to go to and support the causes that I wanted to support. But now that my free time is cleared up, I'm kind of solely focusing on music and getting established because, as you know what I mean, coming up with yourself and especially being indie, you know what I mean, it takes a lot of time and motivation because you don't have that whole big network behind you. It's just you and a sprinkle of people, so that's kind of what I've been focusing on as of late, you know what I mean? But definitely once I get the time to be able to balance, the two, that's definitely something I want to check out. There's a lot of causes that I support, you know what I mean, and things that I want to, see better in my neighborhood, you know what I mean? So
that's what's up. All right, we're going ahead and take a break, take a walk, you know what I'm saying? Get another look at this beautiful Long Beach area. So y'all stay tuned. It's TheUndergroundSpotlight.com.
Yeah.
We back. We on the rooftop. You know what I mean? We just came back from the St. Bonaventure Hotel. Probably don't even exist in Long Beach, but that, you know what I'm saying, that's where we came from. We was popping bottles, you know what I'm saying? They was jumping off a trapeze or whatever. You know what I mean? We back though. It's the Underground Spotlight. Like to have a good time. We've been chilling, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out, spending some time. You've been talking about, who you got involved with, you know what I'm saying, helping you succeed in this business. Why don't you talk about, some of the people that you feel is essential in you achieving your dreams?
I have to say my parents just because they recognized it early, you know what I mean? I started taking piano lessons when I was like 6, you know what I mean? I got actual real lessons when I was 9, but they started getting me acclimated to, the idea of playing instruments, young. And I did the whole band, symphonic band, jazz band, marching band, all of that shit, in high school, so I definitely got a taste of what it was to be a real musician, and my parents supported me all the way. So it was like, it's only right that now they hop on board, you know what I mean? My mom is my stylist, and my dad is my manager, you know what I mean? And my aunt is, helping me with the promotions and, getting the logistics of what everything needs to be done. So it's like, it's just dope.
All right. So, people like to always ask who inspired you, who influenced you to make music or whatever. But you being a songwriter, do you feel like, you already have come into your own experience life enough to where, you know what I'm saying, now you're kind of like finding your own voice and really drawing from your own inspiration?
I mean, yes and no. There's only so much life experience that I could have at 23. You know what I mean? Not to say that, there's like a peak or a maximum because, you can never attest to somebody else's walk through life because, you don't know what it's like to be in their shoes. But I feel like at this day and age, there's so much that I haven't seen and I haven't experienced that it's like I can't possibly be near my peak. I'm just kind of finding my voice, finding who I am, establishing my own independence as far as, who I want to be, what kind of woman I want to be, what kind of artist I want to be, you know what I mean, what kind of goals I have. So, yeah.
All right. If you had a chance, like let's say you were, you know what I'm saying, cruising down Hollywood Boulevard, going through Sunset, you run into top executive at Interscope Records. You got one song to play on. What song is it gonna be?
Whew.
Yeah,
I,
see,
I say,
he already out the door. He
oh
gone.
no. See, but I hesitate because it's like on this project alone, I have different aspects. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, what do you want? You know what I mean? I got the ones where I'm coming real lyrical and I'm spitting to you just as hard as the dudes do, but coming from a female perspective. Or I got the ones highlighting the fact that I'm an actual songwriter and it's not just that I wrote my rap, but I wrote the singer. You know what I mean? Who's on the track, or the fact that I produced this track. You know what I mean? And I want you to get this feel from it. So it's different aspects. So I gotta, it depends on how you asking that question when you ask it. However, I would say either Timbaland or Dr. Dre, just specifically because of the longevity they've been able to have, in the game. I respect. Ooh, my hair. I respect. You know what I mean? So many artists, because I feel like there's a lot of people who bring different things to the table. But when you talk about being innovative and lasting throughout the time periods and the changes of music, and they've been doing it consistently. So I would have to say one of them. You can't go wrong.
All right, so now, but you didn't really say what song you would play for Timbaland or Dre. Yeah. So if Timbaland, yeah. So I'm paying attention. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm keeping her on her toes. You did. But okay, so Dre is walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? You running into Dre. You know what I mean? Nobody else sees him, notices him. For some reason, you happen to land right in front of him.
Hold up, wait a minute.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about the hit maker. You got one song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Dre, he like, you know what I'm saying, something that's real sonically, it sounds good, gotta be mixed right, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a melody. So something that's nostalgic, classic, Dre, one song. What you gonna hit him with?
To catchy, oh, I'm torn. I would say the first track on my project, which is called 48 Bars, only because I'm going at it, you feel me? I'm going at it 48 bars straight. There's no hook, there's no chorus, but I'm just continuously rapping, making sense, consistently telling you a story and keeping you engaged, you know what I mean? To grab your attention, like, hey, I'm not, promoting all of the things that female artists tend to promote, you know what I mean? But I still am captivating your attention, and you almost forgot the fact that I didn't even cuss in the entire, you know what I mean? Like, just certain things that you don't pay attention to because lyrically you're engaged. However, sonically, I would have to say my second song on my project, which is called Swag, just because, you know what I mean, it's got that combination of, you know what I mean, I build you up, I set you up, you know what I mean, and then I deliver and close out. A lot of songs, I'm not gonna say that. But sometimes you hear songs that don't finish, you know what I mean? And you like, okay, that was cool, and then he just stopped rapping. So, what, you know what I mean?
What
So,
happened? What was the
yeah,
story?
so
What
I
was it
kind of,
about?
we established something, we get it understood, you know what I mean? And even if it's just on our, I got swag, you know what I mean? On our swag tip, you know what I mean? Or if I'm really talking to you about something that really happened to me, you still feel like I was talking to you, like we were having a story and something got established. So, yeah.
All right. So now, you said the second song, Swag. Now, you know a lot of people have either been using the term swag or probably been making songs of the same name. What is it about that song that maybe distinguishes it, separates it from maybe something that's already out there, like that's gonna make people pay attention?
No, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't historically go back and research this fact, but I'm just going to tell you from my opinion, and excuse me if I'm ill-informed and uneducated, but I feel like the worst swag comes from the Bay, you know what I mean? Or at least that's what, I've been hearing it for forever. So I feel like, you know what I mean, we kind of put our stamp on that term. So for me to say swag is not, completely new, but the fact that I'm talking about swag and I'm talking about it in a way that is like, oh, she not just talking about how cool she is, but she actually is bringing real lyricism to the table. Like, she's crafty with what she's saying, and I like how she arranged that, you know what I mean? I think that's what kind of separates it apart, you know what I mean? It's not like, okay, this is the same type of swag. I'm cool. I'm this. I'm that. So I'm like, no, like, you know what I mean? She actually like really talking to you like, I'm cool. I'm gonna tell you I'm cool, and I'm gonna show you how I do. And then I'm not even gonna say no more. I'm gonna let you make your own decision, type thing. So,
Nice.
swag.
Nice. All right. Hey, you heard it here first. It's the Homegirl Starz. So if people want to reach out to you, you know, won't you let them know where they can find you?
Yo, you can find me at Starz on Twitter. You can find me at Starz on Facebook. You can find me at www.unbreakablesound.com, like it can't be broken and like sound like you hear it. So Unbreakable Sound, that should be easy. Yeah, you got me. You feel me? Yeah, and you know, I'm out.
All right. Well, you know what it is. It's the undergroundspotlight.com. You know what I'm saying? We about to get on a jet. You know what I mean? Check, hop on that G6. You know what I mean? Portland, I see you. You know what it is. Shout out to the Yay area. You know what it is. The undergroundspotlight.com. Yeah.
Many efforts been attempted, and see it's only the prequel of what's still left to be witnessed. No, you loving what you seeing, though you wear your poker face, cause you hate the fact that I'm next in this race to take first place.